Hi friends. I'm going to start calling you guys friends because I always say hi guys and you're not guys, and that's just a phrase that I use. I know you're not guys. So I'm just going to start saying hi friends. I don't know if I'll upload this or not, but I wanted to film this before I cut this up because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut some of this up. But I made some paper because I needed another piece of this for an ATC that I am making, and I just needed one more piece because I am making, what did I do with them? These ATCs, and I have one more girl to mount because I'm making 6 of them. I cut out 6. And I only had one piece left of this paper that I had made. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to make another piece, full piece. And I like this paper so much that I actually made 3 more pieces of it. That's the beauty of making your own paper. When you run out, you can just simply make some more of it instead of going to the store and buying a whole bunch more, a whole nother paper pack if it came in a paper pack, or to have to go and buy a whole nother sheet. You can just, in the comfort of your own home, make it. Sorry, it's just dry here in Colorado, so when I start talking, I start coughing. So anyways, I made 3 of those, and the beautiful thing about it is they're all different. They're not the same. So while I had all of my stamps out, not all of them, I don't have that terribly many because I actually just started getting stamps and inks, and I don't have a whole lot of colors, but for what I have, I'm able to do quite a bit of stuff. I went ahead and played around and made a few more papers. So I made this one, and this is one of the $1.50 stamps I got at Michael's, and it's just a little camera with a heart in the lens. And I just randomly stamped it and then put some ghost cameras on it as well, and this little smile stamp in pink. So I made that one. And then instead of cleaning off my stamp, I just cleaned it off on another piece of paper so you can faintly see the same camera image. It's kind of like a ghost image. And then I made this more of a pattern. So I used another word stamp, and it says remember. It's a camera, photos, remember. And then I did this yellow butterfly. And then I made, let me show you the first one that I did with this. I used that same embossing plate that I did those ATCs with. Was it ATCs that I did? No, I was doing embellishments with it. That little heart. Oh, what is my problem today? That heart embossing plate. So I just kind of went around on this one and did it. That's what the maroonish pink color is. And the reason why it's that color is because that embossing plate had some black ink on it left over. And so when I started to dab my Berrylicious color chalk ink, unfortunately it got on the pad. I should have cleaned it off better. And so it kind of turned my ink into a burgundy color. So that's why you see this burgundy. It didn't work so well on doing it full size because you can see I got off the plate, but that's okay. It doesn't bother me whatsoever. And then I have a heart stamp, so I just stamped that in the middle of the heart stencils, just really lightly. And then I have the XOXO, but I did it backwards, so it says OXOX. That doesn't bother me either. So this is just kind of a random piece, I can use it for backgrounds, and I like it. I think that it's really pretty. So I did that one. And then I flipped the plate over. You can see here that the love is backwards. I flipped it over so that I didn't waste all that ink that was on the other side of the plate. And I just kind of pushed it down. Well, it really wasn't enough to cover on this plate. So then I flipped it over and did some more stenciling onto it, and then I flipped it back over to get more of the ink off of the plate. And then I used my Pray stamp in black and just went, you know, over the top of it to get some black onto the page. So that's what that looks like. And then this is another $1.50 stamp I got at Michael's, the bird. So I just stamped it all over the page in black, and then I added these little pink butterflies randomly on the page. And then again, I used the bird stamp, but this time I stamped it in purple. And then I used Our Father's Prayer stamp on the background, and just, you know, randomly did it in different spots. I wasn't picky. I don't really think about it. I just stamp. That's, you know, it's a mindless thing. I don't really think about what I'm doing. And then I did another Our Father's Prayer on the background of this. I like that stamp because I like the text, and obviously I like Our Father's Prayer, so I like to put that in the background of a lot of my stamps. And then this is a butterfly stamp, and I just used my chalk paints again. I put the blue up on the top part, and then the Berrylicious, the pink, down at the bottom, and then I just randomly stamped the butterflies. And I liked it so much that I did another one. So if you guys, I don't do this here. I take it over to the school table and do it because I just have more room to spread out and to get all of my supplies out, and I don't get frustrated with not having enough space here. But that's what I did. So within a matter, I don't know why. Oh, well, I know why, because I stayed up until sunrise, and then I slept for, say I went to bed at like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I slept for 5 hours, which for some people that's enough, but for me it's definitely not. But so I did how many sheets? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I did 13 sheets of paper. This is all on 65, 60. I think this is about 60. I got this cardstock at Big Lots. They're not, Big Lots isn't selling craft stuff anymore, but they had a bunch of stuff on clearance the last time I went in there. I am so sorry. Excuse me. I cannot stop yawning. But what I was saying is the last time I went in there is when I realized that they no longer are selling craft stuff. But I did find 2 reams of this cardstock for $3.50 a ream. And it's not the thickest stuff, but it's great for this, and it's great to use it on ATCs. I still back my ATCs. See, this is this cardstock. I still back them to make them thicker. But it's great to do this on. I'm down to my last ream, by the way. But yeah, I did this in a matter of like maybe 30 minutes it took me. Maybe not even that long. When I craft, I don't look at the clock, so I'm a really bad judge of character. And then another thing that I wanted to tell you is my fine liner glue bottle, this glue bottle that broke in that video, I'm still using it. I'm just not, it just doesn't have the metal tip on it anymore. It just has the plastic part of the hypodermic needle. That's all these are, you guys, is hypodermic needles. If you guys know anything about the medical field or have had exposure to it, that's what this is. It's a 18 gauge. I think these are, they're either 18 or 20 gauge hypodermic needles. And what they do is they've cut off the sharp tip of it. Okay, so what happened is it clamps in there. The needle clamps in there, and that's what holds it into the plastic. So what happened is my glue is so good. My Elmer's Craft Bond is so good that it bonded the plastic and the metal together. And so when I went to open it, it pulled when I went to open this part, it pulled it right out. So it wasn't so much that the fine liner is at fault as much as the hypodermic needle is at fault. So I did send an email to the company, and I sent a link to the video so that they can watch it actually happen on video. And I just told him how much I love the product and how so many people have asked about it, and I've sent people to Amazon so that they could purchase them because so many people have asked me about this and how I just love it, and hoping that they would rectify the situation. So I will keep you updated on how their customer service reacts to this. I don't necessarily think that, well, it is the company and they should resolve the issue because these are made for glue. It's made for paint and glue and really anything that you want to put in there. But it was a faulty hypodermic needle. So what I can do is, this came in a 2-pack. So what I can do is I can take the other hypodermic needle off of the other bottle and put it on here. I can't remember if this was they come in 18 gauge and 20 gauge. Now the higher the number, the bigger the gauge of the needle. So I want to say these were 18. I don't know. I can't remember. I'd have to look again. So anyways, but it's working. I'm just unscrewing this whole thing and squeezing it out of this, and it doesn't work as good because it's not as fine as I would like for it to be, but whatever. I still have glue in here. I'm not going to try to transfer the glue from here into the other bottle because it's still like 3/4 of the way full. But let's wait and see what the company does. They should replace it. They don't necessarily need to replace the bottle, but they should definitely replace the cap. And because they sell these caps separately. So we'll see. We'll see what the company does, and I will keep you updated to let you know what kind of customer service they reveal to me. Because that's important with a company. How they take care of their customers and when their customers have a problem. Because these bottles are like they're $8.99, I believe. So that's $4.50, and then you have the shipping charge as well. But we'll say $4.50 a bottle. That's pretty. That's not expensive, but still, that's a chunk of money for a piece of a hypodermic needle and a piece of plastic, right? You would expect it to last longer than. I got this in April. No, I got this in July. The beginning of July. So you would expect it to last longer than a few weeks. So we'll see. I'll keep you updated. But I wanted to show you my paper, and if you guys would like me to do a tutorial, what I'll do is I'll set up my tripod over on the big table, and I will make some paper. So it's not difficult, but if you want to see my process, and maybe it will give you some ideas to come up with your own process for making paper. It's really fun, you guys. I really like it, and I like just making my own paper. I don't know why, but I just think it's fun. I think it's pretty, and I like doing it. Okay, so that's it. I hope you guys have a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world, and as always, God bless. Bye-bye.